All right, everyone, buckle up because the news cycle is moving at warp speed, and PumpTalk News is here to bring you the absolute must-know updates that are shaking things up. We've got a whirlwind of developments that you won't want to miss, covering everything from intense strategic maneuvers to unexpected personal revelations. Get ready for a deep dive into the stories that everyone will be talking about. We're serving up the hottest takes and the most compelling narratives, so settle in, stay sharp, and let's get right into it. You're getting the inside scoop, the unfiltered truth, and all the angles you need to stay ahead of the curve. Don't touch that dial, because the action starts now. First up, we're diving deep into the strategic battlegrounds where alliances are tested and allegiances are questioned. In a game where every move counts, one player is making waves with a series of calculated blindsides that have left house guests stunned and viewers on the edge of their seats. We're talking about a masterclass in manipulation and a bold strategy that could redefine the game. Get ready to unpack the intricate plays and the emotional fallout. Then, we shift gears to uncover a personal side of the game, as a significant other speaks out about the intense dynamics unfolding within the house. Whispers of showmances and strategic partnerships have been circulating, and now we're getting a direct perspective on the alleged romantic entanglements and their impact on the game. This is the inside story you won't find anywhere else. And that's not all. We're also tracking a significant development in international policy, as a major nation rolls out a new, technologically advanced system for tracking foreign nationals. This initiative promises enhanced surveillance and data collection, but it's also raising questions about functionality and privacy. Plus, we'll break down the latest eviction night drama and the expert analysis surrounding the game's most talked-about players. Don't miss a single second. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. The game gets real, blindsides and shifting alliances. After weeks of what felt like a slow burn, the strategic fires are finally blazing in the Big Brother house. And it's all thanks to some truly game-changing moves. For fans who have been waiting for the drama to ignite, the recent head of household competition and subsequent nominations have delivered in spades. With Rachel Riley, a former winner, taking the HOH reins, the house knew that big moves were on the horizon, and she certainly didn't disappoint, putting three strong players, Vince, Morgan, and Mickey, squarely in her sights. This move alone signaled a major shift, setting the stage for intense gameplay. The initial nominations created immediate ripples, but the real tension unfolded as players navigated the power of veto. In a move that surprised many, Lauren used the POV to save Vince, a decision that, while beneficial for Vince, highlighted Lauren's own struggles with decision-making under pressure. Her panic-driven gameplay, a recurring theme, leaves many wondering if she truly understands how to wield power effectively. This indecisiveness is a critical weakness that opponents are likely to exploit as the game progresses. However, the most significant blindside came when Rachel, in a display of strategic brilliance or perhaps a calculated risk, nominated Riley, who seemed to have the numbers, especially with Keanu's unexpected loyalty despite their past animosity. This move hinged on the allegiances of Ava and Vince. Vince, in particular, was a wild card. Despite being on the block next to Mickey, his decision to align with the newly formed alliance. The judges, a group including Will, Ashley, Morgan, Vince, and Rachel, and Ava's unpredictable nature, created a volatile environment. Ava, often driven by emotion, was particularly scrutinized for her vote, with claims of manipulation by Rachel being dismissed by many as a failure to accept the realities of competitive play. Her constant complaining and lack of engagement have made her a target for criticism, with many viewers feeling she's not playing the game at all. The unexpected twist came with Mickey winning a luck-based BB blockbuster competition, a win that felt particularly impactful given Morgan was close to securing it. The uncertainty surrounding Mickey's ball placement and Riley's seemingly passive participation in the competition added to the suspense. The vote that followed, involving Riley and Morgan, was incredibly tense. Vince ultimately made a crucial decision, voting to evict Morgan, who had been a loyal ally and protected him from the block during her HOH reign. This move, prioritizing his game over loyalty, left many, including Morgan's allies, stunned. Ava's vote, initially appearing to lean towards Morgan, ultimately went to Riley, a decision that was revealed as a fake reverse, leaving Riley, Catherine, Kelly, Lauren, and Keanu in disbelief. Vince's ability to dupe his fellow houseguests, particularly Keanu, has become a defining characteristic of his game. This marks the second time he has successfully manipulated the house, leading to frustration and anger among those who feel betrayed. Keanu, in particular, has been heavily criticized for his gullibility, with some going as far as to call him the dumbest player in BB history. Kelly, while often perceived as frustrating, at least recognized Vince's manipulative tactics, understanding that his loyalty is non-existent. The criticism extends to Keanu's apparent susceptibility to male players, advice over female players, fueling theories of misogyny and highlighting his unreliability as an ally. The endurance competition, the dreaded wall challenge, once again proved to be a point of contention. Rachel's consistent avoidance of this competition, despite her history of playing, has led to calls for more varied endurance challenges like the pressure cooker. The current format is seen as limiting the diversity of winners. The competition ultimately came down to Catherine and Vince, with Vince securing the HOH title. His subsequent indecisiveness in nominating new targets, considering Ashley, Rachel, and Ava, after just blindsiding one side of the house, shows a pattern of trying to please everyone, a strategy that rarely succeeds in Big Brother. As Vince continues to navigate these complex social dynamics, his ability to maintain alliances and avoid becoming a target will be crucial. But is Vince's strategy sustainable, or is he heading for a fall? Next, we hear from Vince's girlfriend about the intense Showmance rumors swirling around him. Showmance drama, Vince's girlfriend weighs in. In the high-stakes world of Big Brother, relationships can be just as strategic as nominations, and the Season 27 house is no exception. A particular dynamic that has captured viewers' attention is the burgeoning connection between houseguests Vince Panero and Morgan Pope. What started as an alliance, the melting pot, formed during Mickey Lee's Week 4 head of household reign, quickly became a focal point of house gossip and speculation. This alliance, initially a strong front with members including Vince, Mickey, Morgan, and Zach Cornell, began to show cracks after Zach's elimination in Week 5. The situation became even more complicated in Week 6 when Mickey expressed regret over not voting to evict Morgan, a sentiment that sent shockwaves through their alliance and the house. This perceived closeness between Vince and Morgan has not gone unnoticed by those outside the house, particularly Vince's girlfriend. Speaking out amidst the swirling rumors, she offers a unique perspective on the alleged showmance that is playing out on screen. While the exact nature of her comments remains a topic of discussion, her public statement adds a layer of real-world drama to the televised competition. It raises questions about how these on-screen relationships are perceived by loved ones and the potential impact they might have on the players once they leave the game. The Melting Pot Alliance itself faced significant challenges early on. The initial camaraderie and strategic alignment were put to the test by the inherent pressures of the Big Brother environment. Zach's departure marked the first major disruption, followed by Mickey's candid admission about her voting regret concerning Morgan. These events not only strained the alliance's internal cohesion, but also exposed potential vulnerabilities in their strategic planning. For viewers, these moments are crucial as they try to decipher the true intentions and loyalties of each houseguest. Furthermore, the narrative of a showmance often involves a delicate balance between genuine connection and strategic gameplay. In Big Brother, contestants are constantly evaluating who to trust, who to align with, and who might be playing them. The bond between Vince and Morgan, whether purely strategic or something more, has become a talking point, influencing how other houseguests perceive them and potentially targeting them based on this perceived partnership. The commentary from Vince's girlfriend adds a fascinating dimension to this narrative, providing an external viewpoint on the intensity of the game and the relationships that form within it. As the season progresses, the dynamics within the melting pot and the alleged showmance between Vince and Morgan will undoubtedly continue to evolve. The audience will be watching closely to see how these relationships impact individual games and the overall strategic landscape of Big Brother Season 27. The insights provided by Vince's girlfriend offer a glimpse into the personal side of the game, reminding viewers that behind the strategy and competition, there are real people with real-world connections. Will this alleged showmance survive the game, or is it just a strategic ploy? We're heading overseas next to uncover a new surveillance program that has lawmakers talking. Russia's new migrant tracking app, Surveillance or Service. In a move that signals a significant escalation in government surveillance, Russia is on the cusp of launching a pilot program designed to track foreign workers, primarily in the Moscow region. Set to begin on September 1st, this ambitious initiative mandates that migrant workers download a mobile application named Amina, which will transmit their real-time location data directly to the Interior Ministry. Approved by Russia's State Duma in late May 2025, the program is intended to enhance control and monitoring of the foreign labor force, a demographic crucial to the nation's economy. The core functionality of the Amina app requires foreign workers to register through the city's Multifunctional Migration Center, MMC, and report their residential addresses to the police. Once registered, the app continuously shares the user's geolocation. A critical component of this system is its punitive aspect. If location data is not received for more than 3 business days, the individual risks being removed from the MMC registry. This removal can have severe consequences, including being placed on a controlled persons registry, which imposes restrictions on fundamental life activities such as getting married, opening bank accounts, or enrolling children in schools within Russia. This measure aims to ensure compliance and deter any deviation from the established tracking protocols. However, the rollout of this technologically advanced system is not without its hurdles. A beta version of the Amina app is available on Russia's state-sponsored app store, RU Store, but early user feedback has been overwhelmingly negative. Reports from independent media outlets highlight significant functionality issues. Common complaints include the app demanding updates without providing download links, users being unable to verify phone numbers, upload photos, or update addresses, and crucially, the failure to transmit location data. Compounding these technical problems, the app currently does not support iPhones, with an iOS version still in development, limiting its accessibility for a significant portion of potential users. Beyond the mandatory geolocation tracking, Russian authorities are exploring even more invasive measures. A substantial contract, worth approximately 1.3 billion rubles, $16.1 million, has been signed by the Moscow Department of Information Technology for upgrades to the MMC's information system. A key proposed upgrade would allow foreigners to voluntarily submit DNA samples for genomic registration, with the data potentially being forwarded to the Interior Ministry. While the contract currently specifies this collection as voluntary, legislation is already making its way through the State Duma to mandate DNA sampling for all foreign workers. Lawmakers argue this is necessary to identify individuals who may have re-entered the country using fraudulent documents after being expelled. Despite the government's push for enhanced surveillance, the practical implementation of the Amina app faces considerable challenges. The reported technical glitches and lack of basic functionality raise serious questions about the program's effectiveness and readiness. Furthermore, the push for mandatory DNA collection, while presented as a security measure, raises significant privacy concerns among civil liberties advocates. The effectiveness and ethical implications of this comprehensive tracking system will be closely watched as it moves from a pilot phase to wider implementation, potentially setting a precedent for future government-citizen data interactions. Can this app truly track migrants, or is it a digital dead end? We wrap up with a look at the latest eviction night drama and expert analysis from the Big Brother house. Big Brother Week 7 Recap, Eviction Night Fallout and Expert Analysis. Welcome back to the intense world of Big Brother Season 27, where every Thursday eviction night brings new drama and strategic shifts. Rob Has a Podcast, your premier source for all things Big Brother, brings you a comprehensive recap of the latest episode, featuring insights from host Rob Cesternino and co-host Taryn Armstrong, joined by guests Sasha Joseph and Jenny Autumn. This week's discussion dives deep into the aftermath of the eviction, dissecting the key players, their moves, and what it all means for the game's trajectory. A major talking point from the night was Kelly's surprising survival in the house, a feat that has led to her being dubbed the janitor of the season for her perceived ability to clean up messes and navigate difficult situations. The panel debated the strategic implications of Morgan's behind-the-scenes efforts to keep Kelly in the game, questioning whether it was the right move for Morgan's own game. Vince's emotional manipulation tactics also came under scrutiny, with the hosts and guests analyzing how his actions are impacting his relationships and alliances within the house. The episode recap also touched upon Catherine's continued interest in Riley following his eviction, a lingering connection that adds an interesting layer to the post-eviction dynamics. Speculation ran high regarding Rachel's potential future targets, with many believing she might set her sights on Vince in the coming weeks. Will's understated, under-the-radar gameplay strategy was also highlighted, with the panel discussing whether his quiet approach is a sign of a shrewd player or someone who might fade into the background. Adding to the intrigue, the discussion addressed Julie Chen's controversial exit interview questions, prompting a debate about the host's role in shaping the narrative and potentially influencing houseguests. As the jury phase looms, the game is entering a critical juncture. The panel explored the potential impact of Rachel's confrontational style and whether a new power player might emerge to challenge her dominance. The conversation also delved into predictions for the upcoming head of household competition, analyzing how it could reshape existing alliances and create new strategic opportunities. The episode recap serves as a vital resource for dedicated Big Brother fans, offering expert analysis that goes beyond the surface-level drama. Understanding the nuances of gameplay, the psychology of the houseguests, and the strategic decisions being made is key to appreciating the depth of Big Brother. The podcast provides this detailed breakdown, ensuring that viewers are well-equipped to follow the twists and turns of Season 27. With so many players making bold moves and alliances constantly shifting, the path to the finale is sure to be filled with unexpected developments. Will Rachel's aggressive gameplay continue to dominate, or will a new threat emerge? And now for a quick recap of all the top stories we covered today. And that's a wrap on today's PumpTalk news. We saw intense gameplay and strategic blindsides in Big Brother, heard from Vince's girlfriend about house showmance rumors, learned about Russia's new migrant tracking app, and broke down all the eviction night drama. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to PumpTalk News, hit that notification bell, drop a comment with your thoughts, and follow us on all our social media channels for more exclusive content. We'll see you next time.